Hi, welcome to my quick screencast, which just goes over the things that I covered in the inset day at the beginning of January. Um, it's just some ideas for things that we can use to enhance technology use at Kingham. I'm particularly going to focus on three tools. The thing I'm using right now is Prezi, which you may have seen already. It's a really lovely way of presenting information, um, and I'll send you the link for that. And as I go through, I'll post some links on here. The first one of which actually is the thing that you're looking at, the thing that I used to create the thing you're looking at, which is called Keep Calm O-Matic. What it does is you basically type in any words that you like here. You can change the background or the logo, and it generates your own poster, which is quite fun, I have to say. So I'll just take you through. If you've got any comments or questions, as with the inset day, please just use the Wall Wisher. Wall Wisher is a little Web2 tool, a free thing, where it's kind of like a sticky note board but online. Literally just post a comment on that, and I'll answer that for you. You can also just ask me, of course. There's a QR code there if you have a smartphone, you want to do it that way. One thing I'm sure everyone's heard of Web2, but just to get into the idea of this way of thinking, it's thinking about the web not as a passive thing that we're consuming. It's about thinking of actually creating and collaborating using technology. So getting those tools, grabbing them and really going with it. So it's something that we've been playing around with for a while. Stuff like YouTube, for instance, you post a video on there, people make comments. We all learn and we all create. Another thing you might have heard of more recently is the cloud. The idea of the cloud is that we're not going to be linked to one machine anymore, that we can work from anywhere on any device. So, for instance, if I create a document or I take a photograph, I'm not reliant on my one computer and my one desktop, that I can access that document or that photo from my phone, from my tablet, from my laptop, and I can share it with anybody as well. So that's incredibly powerful and incredibly liberating, that you know that you can access your stuff wherever your stuff might be. So the whole thing is it's about sharing knowledge and learning and stuff. It's also about discovering the same, and it's also about organising. So it's organising yourself, and also it's about us helping the students get more organised. The first thing of which is EasyBib. On a very simple level, EasyBib is a bibliography creator. So I remember when I was at college, I used to have to write everything out by hand. You really don't have to do that anymore. There's something that will format it for you. But EasyBib is also very good for helping you save information and organise your ideas together as well. It also has an additional thing that they're just starting to do, where you can actually search other people's bibliographies, and that's a really great way of finding new resources for your units. So this is what a bibliography looks like. Obviously, the usual thing that bibliographies are composed of, who made the thing, what it's called, where you can find it, what formats it's in. The type of bibliography that I recommend for Kingham is MLA. It's something that a lot of schools use. It's quite simple. This is what it looks like. Of these citations, only one is real. Let you guess which one that is. So here's my piece of text that goes with my bibliography. You can see here, when I've wanted to say where my quote comes from, I'm just backing that up. You may have done it in the footnote style before, but MLI citations in text, just literally put the brackets round at the end of the sentence. If it's a print article, you put a page number on there. If not, it's literally just the first few words of the citation. So that matches up like this. So for instance, if I want to know how stylish the sixth form are, I know that I've backed up my argument with Jess's article there from the Teacher's Times. So it's a way of where the kids got their information from, and also a way of the kids strengthening their arguments as well. So it's good academic practice for them. So just to take you live to EasyBib, if you're in school, just make an account. Please, if you've got any troubles, just let me know, but it should just take you straight through. Just make an account. It recognises the IP address of the school. So you can go in and create a bibliography. So I'm going to do that right now. Because course it's online, you'll be able to access this from anywhere. So you can work on this at home. The kids can work on it from anywhere. So I'm literally just going to copy and paste. Say if I want to use this article here, and I literally just paste this in. Just going to have a quick look for it, and it's brought up a lot of the information from the website here. Okay, so I just need to go in, just double check it. So for instance, it's noticed there that I haven't got the author's name. That happens quite often, but I've got Nick Driggle, fantastic name. I'm just going to type him in here. I'll just double check that's what I want to do. I usually do display the URL. You don't have to run MLA, but I always think it's a good idea. I don't believe in too much information in this case. The date access is today's date. Just by default. If it's different, you can just change that. When you're done, just create a citation, and there it is. There's a citation, and you'll be able to see it here in my list of citations that I've already made. So you can cite in various things. A book, you literally just put the ISBN number in, or the title. It searches WorldCat, which is a huge database. Then you've got newspapers, journals, databases, and then 59 other things. I tend to use photograph quite a lot when I'm citing sources, because I like to say where I got my photographs from. So when you're done, what you can do, you can print it as a Word document, or you can also save it as a Google Doc. Let's open up that. And I would like to use my Kingham account, and I'll grant access. And I'll just click on there. Only does it the first time you use it. So there it is in Google Docs. I've already got my articles, so I can email that, I can share it, I can print it off if I want to use paper. Okay, so that's the bibliography part of EasyBib. Also has quite a nice thing. It does have a citation guide. I'm trying to go do this really quickly. What you can do is also have notes. So if you make a new note, give it a title. You can associate it with a source. So I'll do that one. This is where you could cut and paste a quote in, for instance. You could paraphrase the words, and you can give it a comment, give it some tags, save it. And with these things, you can move them around. So if you wanted to organise your ideas together, if you want to use it to brainstorm, then you can do. Sorry, my joy of a Mac trackpad. There you go. So it's a quite a fun thing to use. And finally, I'll just quickly show you the research bit. So this is the bit where you can look in other people's bibliographies, which is really cool. So I'm going to look for elephant, which is my default search. And there you are. These are all the citations that people have done for elephants. Tells you how many times they did it. If you want to narrow it down, so if you only wanted newspaper articles, you can just click on that, and it gives you newspaper articles. Okay, so it's just another place to look for stuff. Okay, so that's EasyBib. I'm also, of course, very happy to come to your classroom and show the kids this as well. Creative Commons. Creative Commons is basically started because people were putting stuff on the internet and other people were taking stuff off, which so for instance someone would put a photograph on and then someone would just take it without asking permission and without giving any attribution. So, and some people thought, well, actually I don't mind people using it, but I'd like them to say where they're getting the stuff from. But I'd like some sort of kind of control over my stuff. I'd like people to use it, but I want control. So that's where Creative Commons started. It's mostly about images. That's the main focus. And the idea is that when you put an image online, that you give it this Creative Commons license, and you actually say, I don't mind if you use it for even commercial purposes, as long as you attribute it to me. There's a quick video in the Prezi. I'm going to skip over it.
What does it mean to be you?
I'll let him be human later. So please take a look at that if you want to look at the Prezi later. It explains it really nicely. So there's different ways of finding Creative Commons images. You could just do a Google search. It's not very simple. The way I prefer to do it is use a client. So one of the ones I use is Flickr CC Blue Mountains. So I've literally here done a search for cat. So, and I can just literally just go through and have a look. Which one do I want to use? Okay, I like the one of Pinky. And I'm just going to click on that. That takes me through to Flickr itself. And it's got an awful lot of tags on it. So you can see here, it tells me who made the image, when it was taken, where it was taken, and even which camera they used, which I guess is useful for your photography. There's some more information there, and there's my license. So you can click on that and it tells you more about what that license is. If you go to Actions and View All Sizes, you can see what a beautiful image this is. It's so crispy clear. It tends to be people that are kind of professional or semi-professional photographers that use Flickr. So that's a really nice resource. All you need to do is download there, and you can choose different sizes if you want to. So that's Flickr CC Blue Mountains. You can also use this. This might look a bit familiar. It's Wikimedia Commons, which the reason it looks familiar is it's because it's the thing that Wikipedia uses. And because Wikipedia has to use things that are public domain or Creative Commons. So you can have a browse there by topic, but you can also just do a search there. There are also sounds and videos, but images is the big one. So if I wanted to use this image here, you can just click on there, you can download it. Gives you a summary of where and when it was taken, who took it, where they took it, and a bit further down here, and there's your license there. So again, pretty much they always say that you have to attribute it. Things that you don't have to attribute, clip art, screenshots, and your own work. I think sometimes we forget, actually, why don't we actually take our own photographs? So why don't the kids use their own photographs? It's a real powerful learning tool. So the final thing you can do as well, you can actually just look on Flickr itself. The link I've taken you put on there actually goes to this screen here, but if you're just in normal Flickr, you go to Advanced Search, scroll down, and just click on that Search Only Creative Commons. There. Okay, the final thing I'm just going to quickly talk about is Google Apps for Education. It's something that we're hoping to roll out in the new school year. It's incredibly powerful, really creative, really collaborative, different tools. The main focus will be on documents, on sharing and collaborating documents, calendar, email, and sites. So the idea is that you can have your own site, that a department could have their own site, and that actually we'll be using Google Sites as our local site intranet, if you like. So it won't be the outside website. To get you thinking of the right advantages, there'll be a lot less of this, a lot less hanging around the photocopier, and enormous wasted piles of paper, which will result in more of these, hopefully. Hopefully there'll be less of this, less piles of paper, disorganisation, no one knowing what's doing, when, what's on, when, where. More of this, working together, common purpose, and is a real strength in teamwork. What we're going for, we're going to try to keep it as simple as possible, a single login with an easy email, with personalization, so you only need to see the things that are relevant for you. You don't need to see everybody's stuff. that it's going to be very collaborative, that we can work across departments, within departments, we can share stuff, um, and that we're also there to myself and the IT guys are there to support you in this. We don't expect you to do the website creation unless, of course, if you really like to do that, that's wonderful. But we'll help you. We'll create templates for your department if you want to go that way, and really support you in that. In this, it's really exciting. When I did the inset, I did have a Google Doc up and everyone was editing it. When you have a Google Doc, you can open it up as much as you like. You can open it up just to one or two individuals. You can open it up to within an organization. You can open it up people with just a link, which is what I did, or you can open it up to the whole world. So I'm just going to go to Google now. You can see I'm logged in here on my Kingham account. I just go to Drive. So this is where my documents are. There's that easy bib thing that I did before. I'm just going to click on the collaboration document, and here it is. And there are various people working on this already. Some people got a bit naughty. What you can do, you can have a look at the comments. If you wanted to make a comment, for instance, say a student had done a piece of work and you wanted to comment on it, rather than printing it out, writing on it and giving a piece of paper back to them, literally just highlight what you want and insert a comment here. You can also delete your own comments as well if you want to, so you can go in and edit those. If you're feeling a bit anxious about this, don't worry. What you can do is you can go to File and see Revision History, and literally that will show you all the revisions that were made. And if you decide actually I want to go back to an old version, I can not only have a look at it, but I can also restore that version as well. Okay. So you can see it's a really powerful tool. It saves all those emailing back and forward, trying to remember which document is the most current. Far more efficient and collaborative way of working. If you're interested, I'm an admin on Google Docs, so please just ask me and I'll make you an account and you can have a play around with that. Very happy to show you anytime, no problem at all. And that's the first instalment of the tech stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers, bye.